no one lives forever.
We can take them.
On your journey to the cave where you are to meet the man from Imperia, your nightmares become worse than ever before. The evening before your arrival, you don't bother trying to sleep at all, but go for a walk around a nearby lake instead. The sun's half over the horizon as you come back, flooding the camp with a reddish light the color of blisters. Your soldiers, you think as the sentry greets you with a tired nod. They trust you.
Well then, according to the ambassador, the Empyrean should be waiting for us further down the cave.
I still have a bad feeling about this.
It'll be alright. Also, Rulkin and a couple of our men are there in case things go south. In fact, you should be up ahead. Let's go meet him.
Where to?
Oh, miss me.
That's me.
I'm listening.
Yes?
What do you fancy? Need something?
Stay close.
That's him, the bandit they're looking for.
Bastards off ya.
I'm here.
Make it I could use some healing. Leave me? What's the latest?
Boy, I'm dying over here. Somebody get me a potion.
Throwing your life away.
They killed one of our heroes.
Come on, we're not losing here.
General?
What is it? Come on, we're not losing you.
Need me? What's the latest?
Boy, I'm dying over here. Some potion. Need something?
Sure, I'll buy it.
What is it? What do we have here? Interesting. What's this?
General, good to see you.
Rolkin, what's the situation?
Well, the Empyrean's there, along with 24 of his mercenaries. Here's what I suggest. You go on ahead and talk to the guy, and we keep an eye on you from a distance. We'll intervene at the first sign of things going south.
Good. Yes, that sounds like a plan. Stay alert then.
Will do. Still no idea who that man is?
No. None.
Huh. Well then. Nihov, guide your sword, General. We'll keep an eye on you.
What do we have here?
General Arab. How long has it been?
Guardians. Kieran?
You know him?
He's served my unit back in Imperia. You're controlling the mercenaries?
I wouldn't be here otherwise, would I?
But that doesn't make any sense. You're...
Dead? No, General, I'm very much alive. Looks like you've done well for yourself since you came here, General of the Wolf Guard. What an honor.
What do you want from us?
From you? Nothing. I'm here for him.
Keep your hands where we can see them, lad.
Oh my, so loyal. Are these your new subordinates? I bet they trust you.
Kieran.
You see, when I heard that Her Majesty called you back to Nортандер, I first thought it was because they had found out what you had done and were finally gonna hang you for it. But no, of course not. Instead, she promotes you to General of the Wolf Guard. Might as well have spit on my mother's grave. She trusted you with her life. You know, we all did.
Kieran, I don't know how to say this, but I don't remember anything that happened that day. It's just gone.
How convenient. But even if that weren't a lie, what difference does it make? My home is gone. My comrades are dead. My mother is dead. And none of it would have happened if you hadn't gambled with our lives like we were just pieces on some fucking chessboard.
Look, I told you, I don't remember.
And I don't buy it. You're a goddamn liar, as you've proven 1,000,000 times over. Guardians, did you really think you could get off so easily? Just walking away and telling everyone you don't remember? No, Arab. You'll pay for what you did. And that's why I'm here. You have two choices. Option 1, you come with me and no one else dies. Option 2, my men will set fire to this whole goddamn country.
Help me understand something. Where on EO did you get the money for these mercenaries?
I found a treasure.
Are you serious?
No, Arab, I'm not. And I'll be damned if I tell you any more than you need to know. Suffice it to say that there are people out there who want to see you dead as much as I do.
Kieran, I'm so sorry. Whatever happened, I only meant for the best. Let's talk about this and we'll find it.
We're done talking. If you're sorry, then answer for what you've done. Accept your punishment.
Do you think the people who died that day would want you torturing and killing me? Your comrades? Your village? Your mother?
They're dead, goddammit! Everyone's fucking dead! It doesn't matter what they want because they're gone. Don't you get it? This is about you finally answering for your sins. Nothing else matters.
Do you really think that will work? The Wolf Guard is waiting just outside that cave, ready to attack your mercenaries should anything happen to me.
What? Do you really think I stationed them all out there for you to trap like mice? I have 3 divisions, and they're all over Nортандер. Trust me, Arab. If I give the word, or don't leave this cave alive, they will do a lot of damage before you can contain them. So many villages, so many farms, so many innocents. Do you really want their blood on your hands, Araf? Simply because you're too much of a coward to answer for what you've done?
Fine. If this is what it takes to stop you, I'm coming with you.
What?
It's my life or the lives of those innocents his mercenaries are gonna kill, isn't it? I wouldn't be responsible for their deaths. Not again.
Well, what a surprise.
No, I won't let you do this.
This isn't your call to make.
It is now.
Make it good.
Why not?
They killed one of our heroes! This leads. You know that?
Need me? That...
Something?
Just what I
This
need.
is it.
What's the latest? They must be done. Is that the best?
No. Why did you do that?
Wait, let me think. Because we need you. Damn it, General. This isn't about you or your personal catharsis. How can you not see that?
But he was right. I should have to pay for what I've done.
Well, pay once we've stopped Jakku.
Okay. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry, I just wasn't thinking straight.
Sure.
The question is, what are we going to do about his mercenaries? If Kieran doesn't come back alive, they'll start raiding.
They won't be a problem.
Catrus?
That's my name.
She agreed to our terms, boss.
Marvellous. So, General, as it turns out, I know the leader of the mercenary group your friend hired. She and I are old... acquaintances. I reached out to her right after Her Majesty told us about the threat and convinced her that the whole thing's a bloody stupid idea and offered to pay her double what your friend offered her. Guess what? She agreed. Those mercenaries your lovely friend here hired won't lift a finger.
So, Nortander's safe? They won't attack any villages?
That's right, everything's hunky-dory. Sir Catrus Vertath, at your service.
Twice what he offered? How do you intend to pay for that?
I don't, but I have a strong hunch the Queen will.
Why didn't you tell me you got in touch with the mercenaries?
Well, because you had a lot on your mind already, and I couldn't risk you and the Queen calling me off. You know, honour and all that. Sorry.
Good work, Catras. Thank you.
My pleasure. Let's get back to Greykeep, shall we? The Queen will want to report.
Sure, boss. I'll join Ralkin and the others outside.
So, let's address the elephant in the room before we leave, shall we?
What do you mean?
Oh, come on, you know what I mean. That man said some pretty nasty things about you.
Look, I told you. I don't remember. Whatever happened that night, I don't know if I'm to blame for it or...
I don't think that's what he's trying to say. He means that we still have your back. Right, Vertath?
Right. And yeah, I know it sounds a tad cheesy, but you look like a sad puppy, so I thought we might as well say it.
That wasn't necessary, but thanks. I appreciate the notion.
Well, good then. Fair enough. Good chat. Now, shall we go back to Greykeep? You should get it back.
Get what back?
The Calibrock accent. I mean, you'll never sound as dashing as me, but it would add to your, character. You know, the dark and brooding type.
You're an idiot.
Need me?
Try to keep up.
Alrighty.
War after war has scarred Fiora, altering the tides of power across much of the continent. In Nортандер, a fragile hope for peace drives the efforts to rebuild a ravaged kingdom. A new beginning dawns for the Mortir, as their new settlement finally Kieran is dead, and with him, the last connection to the incident in Imperia. Still, you leave Windwall with a leaden feeling in your chest. 2 days later, you're back in Greykeep, reading over Sergeant Ralkin's most recent reports. 2 more Nortandian villages siphoned. A knock on the door pulls you from your thoughts. Rera. Have a second, General? You follow her.
All right. Time to report to Her Majesty.
Yes, General?
Thanks for the chat.
Of course. Listen for the storm.
So this man hired an army of mercenaries and sailed all the way over from Imperia just to take his revenge on you. That is absurd.
He lost someone and wanted what he thought was justice. Never underestimate the power of grief, Ambassador.
What matters more is that he did not seem to be aware of the influence he was under. Are you sure he was the soul you saw in the tapestry? He was one of the corrupted?
100%.
Just like Iskram, right? He also had no idea he was contributing to Jakku.
Indeed. Well, I suppose we simply have to take your word for it, Skadar. The Empyrean man has been neutralized, and hence one more corrupted has been taken out of the equation. You did good work, General. The same applies to you, Catras Vertarth. It was wrong to act without our consent, but you saved a lot of lives.
Glad to be of service.
That only leaves us with the masked woman, doesn't it? We need to find the Temple of Light before they do.
Speaking of which, where's Sir Catras? Wasn't he here when the conclave started?
Well, he was.
I'm right here, Your Majesty. May I present Gilbar Mercal,
The archaeologist.
You found him?
In a brothel in Everlight, yes. A lovely chap, he really is.
It wasn't a brothel. It was a bathing house. Now, while I'm humbled to be here, will somebody please tell me what this is about? Why am I here?
You're here because Nортандер needs your services. Tell us, Gilbert Mercal, what do you know about the Temple of Light?
The Temple of... Wait. Does that mean you believe me? You believe it exists?
We certainly do. And we have taken an interest in finding it.
Your Majesty, I don't know what to say. This is an honor. I've spent my entire life...
We know you have. And if your research proves to be helpful, I will see you get the recognition you deserve. Now tell us what you know. What is the Temple of Light? And where is it?
Well, where shall I start? First of all, you need to know that Io is a land full of ancient secrets and...
The short version, please.
Fine. You all know about the God of Light. At least since the Purity Wars. It's an interdimensional entity with hostile intentions. What you probably don't know is that Rondar Lacane wasn't the first person to try to bring it into our world. An ancient people did, too. They were the ones who constructed the original gate. A portal devised to let the God of Light into our world. And they kept it in their temple.
The Temple of Light.
Yes. I doubt that was the name these people used, but according to my research, it's somewhere between the Lorrainian swamplands and Windholm, above the border of the Howling Steppes.
An ancient people? Are you talking about the Shapers?
I know who the Xarlonthep are. And no, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about a different culture. Well developed at their zenith, but small in number.
When was that?
Well, that's hard to say, really, as they left hardly any traces. The few I found suggest that they lived around the same time the Xarlonthep did, but died before these became a world empire.
I don't get it. I'm no archaeologist, but if this culture was as well developed as you said, how come they left no traces?
That's the conundrum I've been dealing with for a long time. My esteemed colleagues say it is because these people didn't exist. You don't even know what they called themselves, they say. I know they did, though. And the God of Light's existence stands testimony to that. There's one theory I have regarding their disappearance, but I have little evidence to support it.
Which is?
That someone tried to erase them from history. Someone covered their tracks.
Before the Purity Wars, no one even knew the God of Light existed. How is that possible?
An excellent question. At first, I thought the records were simply lost to time. But the patterns were too strong to be ordinary coincidence. I think, at some point or another, every civilization purged the God of Light from their records. Perhaps they all concluded the knowledge was too dangerous.
Like the Hibernians in Old Hallu. They also knew about the God of Light, but wrote remarkably little about it.
They were one, yes.
The Yaliani prophecy Jakku also mentions this gate. What makes it any different from the portal that Lacane tried to open in the Hall of Justice?
Well, I don't know about any Jakku, but Rondar Lacane created a tear, a fracture in the veil that seals itself with time. The gate, on the other hand, cannot be closed once it has been opened. If it helps, picture the tear as a needle-sized hole in a piece of fabric. The gate is the equivalent of ripping the fabric apart.
So that's why the masked woman is looking for the temple. It's where the corrupted end Jakku, after all, by opening the gate.
With the energy of the Horde of Souls. Remember the Purity Wars? Lacane needed the magic of Tahar's mother to open the portal for the God of Light. And as she, the last Shaper, died, they needed another energy source. That's what they siphoned those souls for, to open the gate in the Temple of Light.
I don't follow. Horde of souls? Masked woman? You think somebody's actually trying to open the gate?
Sadly, we don't think we know. Tell me, did someone break into your house last week? Ferreted through your desk, perchance?
You mean... Oh, Guardians, this is terrible. I don't know what to say.
Do you think they've located it already? Or are you missing, I don't know, a map or something?
Now that you mention it, yes. I've been wondering where that notebook went.
Then we have no time to lose. We will make for Windholm and...
Wait!
Kayawu?
Sir Merkel, you are wrong. The temple isn't near the steps. It's in the steps. It's next to our village.
I'm sorry, boy. Who are you?
Those ancient people you were talking about, they are our ancestors. We were once 4 tribes, and the chieftains introduced Sheogded as a god to worship. They wanted to open the gate, but the group of us rebelled and stopped them. They sealed off the temple, changed their ways, and became what we are today. Jakku isn't just a prophecy, it's a reminder of what once was.
Wait, the Aliani used to worship Sheogded? Why?
For a reason similar to that of the Hibernian prince. They were seeking its favor. I don't have to tell you how powerful Sheogded is. It can create new realities with a mere thought.
And that was what they wanted? A new reality?
One where the Aliani didn't just rule the steppes, but all of Nортандер. Thankfully, some of our people saw the implications of this and stopped the chieftains before it was too late. Do you understand now? This is why we have our ways. We vowed to never again let Sheogded enslave us with promises of power or to succumb to those sins. If Jakku were to happen again, we, by all that's sacred, would be observers, not perpetrators.
Why on Io didn't you tell us? This could have changed everything.
Because it's the law. Never, under any circumstances, must the chieftain or his kin reveal the whereabouts of the temple. Never. You just don't understand, General. Every custom we have, every tradition we honor, every law that I am bound to, I broke them all. I have broken with everything I once deemed holy to help you. My father forgave it all. But had I told you about the temple, well, I would have been an Aliani no longer. I am an Aliani no longer.
You hoped we would find the temple on our own?
Yes. That way, I would not have become a traitor.
You haven't told us after all this time. Why now?
Because if the Crescent concludes that the temple is in the steppes, their next move will be to question my people. We must get there before they do. We must.
Shit.
What's done is done. Just tell us where the temple is.
It's northwest of the village. Not far, but nowhere near the border with Lara, as Sir Merkel said. I can take you there.
Is that wise? The Dark Crescent might be waiting for us.
Very unlikely. If they only just stole Merkal's research, it will take them time to figure it out. We can move in and fortify our position at the village and temple. Then, when they appear, we strike.
And catch them red-handed, alongside the last corrupted. Smart.
General, you will go on ahead with the Wolf Guard. Secure the Aliani village first, then head to the temple. I will mobilize as many levies as I can, and then follow.
Why not destroy the temple? If there's no gate, then there's no way for such evil god to enter, right?
For once, I agree with Catras. Without the gate, it won't matter how powerful the Horde of Souls is.
That would not work. The temple is only a physical structure, whereas the gate is part of the veil. It won't matter if there's a building or just a pile of rubble.
Kayawu, do you think your people would be willing to help us?
I don't know. I am a traitor now. And even if they would, they are not warriors.
I do not think we should involve the Aliani in this fight. It is enough if we protect them from the Crescent.
Thank you, Your Majesty. That means a lot to me. To us.
Okay. Let's get to it.
You should. I want you to set out by the next morrow. In the meantime, prepare yourself and the Wolf Guard as well as you can. Everything depends on your success.